So today I want to go over some forearm rehab stretches and exercises. A lot of clients coming in with some forearm injuries. The main injuries that people come in with is a soreness outside the elbow here, lateral epicondylitis, and a soreness here on the inside, medial epicondylitis. Big words, basically, tennis elbow, golfer's elbow. One of my clients, Sonia, this is for you, is an artist. She's a painter. So you wouldn't think that painting would be a strenuous activity, but actually holding the brush in such a delicate fashion and using nice, controlled strokes actually puts a lot of stress and strain on the forearm. Once again, in this valley, most people at computers all day long, typing away, fingers going at a crazy pace, and we don't realize that the fingers are actually controlled by the muscles of the forearm. You can see how these are actually little strings that run all the way down the arm into the hand and control the muscles and movements of the fingers. So today I want to show a couple exercises and stretches that I do to relieve some of the tension that I get when I work, because I usually do about 40 to 45 hours massage and body work a week. Forearms get kind of tired every now and then, they get kind of sore, and they need some loving as well. And the forearm muscles are some of those muscles that go by the wayside. We always work on the shoulders, the back, the quads, calves, but the forearm muscles are the ones that just keep working no matter what we do, and we don't really pay a lot of attention to them. So one of the first stretches I'm going to have you do is a basic stretch. I'm going to have you take your arm out, extend it out, palm up, supinate your palm, come back in with the other hand, and then grab that wrist and bring that back nice and gradual, nice and slow. Don't push it too hard, don't stretch it, don't then rotate that arm until the inside of your forearm is rotating up towards the ceiling. Not completely up towards the ceiling, but that's the direction I want you to go. Keep a nice grip on the fingers out in front. We're going to stretch out the flexors of the forearm, which is the base of the forearm right in here. This is what we're trying to approach with. This is what we're trying to focus on right here, are the flexors of the forearm. So we're going to stretch that out here. Hold for about 5 seconds. Release. Let it work it out, come back in, stretch again, bring the palm down, stretch that back, go a little bit further if you can, keep it comfortable, keep it light, hold for about 5 seconds, then go ahead and let that out. That's a good stretch for the flexors. Now we're going to do the extensors, the outside of the forearm, okay? Once again, hey, take your arm, straighten it out right in front of you here, right out there, make a nice loose fist, come back with the other hand, take that fist, and then bring that fist down. Doing the same sort of motion, but we're doing the outside of the forearm. We're doing the extensors right here along the top of the forearm. So I want you to grab that once again, make a nice fist, bring it out, bring the other hand down, pull that down, and then stretch that out. Go slow. Don't go too fast doing this motion, because we don't stretch our forearms out all the time. So you might feel a little tension in the wrist, might feel a little soreness in the wrist. Bring that down, hold that for 5 seconds, let it up, shake it out. Come back into your position, fist out, hand down, and then drop that fist down. And the second time around, third time around, you'll probably get a better stretch once the muscles have loosened up a little bit and you feel a little bit better about that. So hold that for about 5 seconds. Bring it back out, shake it out. Perfect. Next stretch is something I like to call breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. For this, you're going to need a surface, a soft surface, a table, a couch. You can even use the floor if you want to get on all fours. That's fine. What I want you to do is I want you to take both your hands, put them on a nice soft surface. I want you to point both your hands towards each other. If you imagine a clock in front of you at 9, 12, and 6, put your hands both at about 9 o'clock, or 9 and 3 actually, facing each other. So this would be breakfast, side to side. With your hands side to side and the palms nice and flat, straight forward, lean from left side over to right side. You're going to get both sides of the forearms, increasing some wrist mobility as well. So both hands will be almost at 9 o'clock in a sense, or 9 and 3 if you want to get really particular about it, that's fine. The next one is going to be lunch, which will be both hands at 12 o'clock. Both hands nice and straight, nice and flat. Put them on your surface, slowly lean into that, slowly put some pressure on that. This is a new experience for a lot of people. Most people don't have a lot of flexion or have lost a lot of flexion in their wrists. So put both hands at 12 o'clock, straight forward. Put some pressure on that, get the wrist nice and comfortable. Then I want you to lean forward. Not too sharp, not too hard, then lean back. Okay? Watch your shoulders, watch your low back, watch your body mechanics. Lean forward again, keeping your hands nice and flat, palms flat on the table, then lean back. The next one is going to be dinner. Dinner is going to be about 5:45 or 6 o'clock. So we take the hands completely, reverse the palms facing, the fingers facing the body, And then we're going to lean forward, open up the front of that forearm, then lean back. We're going to get the outside of the forearm. Usually on these tapings, I like to show exercises and stretches you can do at home without the accompaniment of any special tools or equipment or bands or cables. But the forearms is such a great opportunity to show how rolling out the forearms with my trusty Body Buddy can actually be such a great benefit to you. We can do is actually take the forearm, take your arm and just place it down flat on a surface. And take the Body Buddy, and one of the things great about the Body Buddy is, once again, with that independent rolling capability of both the balls being able to roll independently of each other, you can hold one in your hand and apply as much pressure as you see fit to the troubled areas here in the forearm. It's good to be able to come down to a surface and roll here, like if you're on a table, to apply pressure and roll out the extensors here, which is a fantastic method for doing this. If you're rolling on a surface or the floor, you can actually get a lot of pressure in here for the extensors. But when it comes to the flexors underneath the forearm, sometimes it's complicated to get in at this type of an angle to roll out all the muscles that are tight on the flexors. So the Body Buddy comes into the balls and hold it in your hand and then roll out those flexors on the underside, underbelly of that forearm. And you can apply as much pressure as needed. If you want to stretch and flex the muscle at the same time, you can do that as well. An underhand method is really good if you want to use it that way. If you want to apply even more pressure, come in another angle, come in from overhand, and then apply just as much pressure in here with the Body Buddy as well. You get really some of those really tight, bristly spots, get all those little gremlins that are creeping around in those muscles that are causing you pain.